Hey guys!
This is Mel.
And this is Roy. And we are The Beans. So we're here for part 2 of the NOLA adventures.
The NOLA experience.
Yeah. So hope you've watched part 1. We've talked you through some of the different things that we saw, gave you a little backstory, and so now we're going to watch part 2. We're actually reacting to it because we haven't seen this.
That's right. We just got it back from the editor. Shout out to Black Leather Krew Productions.
Right, you can see a giant tour bus. It says Cajun Encounters. It was really, really cool on that day. So this must have been the second day that we were there. We walked from our hotel down Esplanade Avenue, and if you're ever in New Orleans, I highly recommend it. I feel like it wasn't a street that I had ever heard about, like people talking about, but it's so beautiful. There's so many really pretty houses. It's like covered with trees on both sides, and you walk through, I think it's called like the Marigny District-ish. It's like on the edge of the French Quarter and Frenchman Street. Anyways, it's like really pretty. So we walked from our hotel down to this bus stop, met with them, and they drove us like 45 minutes to go to a swamp. And yeah.
That was our swamp tour. And on the way, our tour guide told us more about Louisiana. Some stuff you kind of can figure out already. Some stuff you're just like, dang, man.
It was cool. Him being a local, you know, having lived in New Orleans his whole life, and like, you know, how much Hurricane Katrina impacted the area, even now, almost 20 years later, how it's still...
People still haven't really been able to recover.
Yeah, like, like emotionally.
What once was the affluent side of New Orleans is now run down and crime ridden. And this was like, you know, all the football players, all the basketball players lived. It was the end all be all. The end goal was to end up in East New Orleans, and now it's to get out.
Yeah, so anyway, let's just start watching and we'll stop along the way.
Check out all this beautiful surrounding. It's super pretty out here on the West Pearl River. Pearl, yeah, the West Pearl River. Pearl River Plunge. I'm Ed Johnson. All those turtles.
They're cute.
Naturally lined up from like smallest to biggest. That was cool. Gator.
They're actually so cute.
Come on, get your biscuit.
Some of them are just coming out of hibernation every day, and they have to get the body temperature above 70 degrees Fahrenheit to digest food. About 5 feet long, that means he's probably 4.5 to 5 years old.
About a foot a year, right?
Ignoring it. That's what you call, you may have heard of this, it's reptile dysfunction.
So one cool thing, well, actually we learned a bunch of stuff on this tour. I would say if you visit New Orleans or visit the South, anywhere that has a swamp, like Florida maybe, definitely try to go on a swamp tour. Like, I feel like we learned a lot.
So much. So much.
And like, in my mind, I always thought swamps would be like really
dank,
murky,
nasty,
gross,
and
like, I don't know, but it was super like clean, like, which
beautiful.
sounds weird. The water is constantly flowing, so it's not stinky.
It doesn't stink.
There's not like bugs like swarming you.
Because the water's constantly moving, so there wasn't.
We were prejudging the swamp for no reason. I think based on like movies or something.
Movies and episodes of Scooby-Doo or something,
yeah,
you know. But like, since the water was constantly moving, the mosquitoes don't nest in it. Go figure. So there wasn't a huge bug problem. Didn't smell bad. Tell you the truth, Bourbon Street smelled way worse than a swamp. We wish we camped out there the whole time. That's a whole other story. We saw a lot of gators. We saw some turtles. We even saw a couple raccoons.
Raccoons. They lived in the swamp. They're so cute.
Now, I'm just going to call it like I see it, all right? You might think, oh my gosh, gators, like you're in danger. And all these other wild, they got them animals trained, okay? He pulled up and called 2 raccoons by name. And they came running out like, oh, it's time to eat. Da, 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 da.
They were so cute.
Come here, Rocky. Come here. Yeah, come here, Rocky. Come here, Georgie. And they just came out and I'm like, he's overweight.
And who knew that freaking raccoons lived in swamps? Like,
Right.
I had no idea.
The gators, we went to a certain spot, which I'm sure I'm sure it'll come up here in a second. We went to a certain spot. The gators chilling. Up, here come the boat. Y'all ready to eat? And then come out there, eat the little biscuits and stuff. It was a trip.
Yeah. We have pretty good lives, I think.
Yeah.
City train.
Now we're back at it.
Tours, right back at there. This property owned by a nature conservancy. So technically it's private property and we need permission to kill anything. That's why we can interact with the hogs here because they didn't get shot at very much.
The hogs dug these trees out. That's when the roots are out like that.
Didn't see any hogs.
Got a little baby gator down here. Eat these little gator biscuits.
Didn't see those biscuits are made from like pork butts. Because PETA has a problem with a gator eating marshmallow.
Louisiana iris. Really pretty stuff.
We're going to come back and see him. Look at this big guy. This lets you see how big their bodies really are. This guy's about the size of the one you're walking back here. This one right here. You just don't realize
Look at that head right there.
And this is only like a 9, maybe 10-foot alligator. He's only about
Look at the big boy right here.
And he'll live 40 more years.
He's about 30 years old. Wow.
That wind's going to put me right in there.
I also want to say when, like, going into the swamp tour, it was actually, I think the second to last tour that we booked. My friend was like, do you want to do a swamp tour? And I was like, sure, you know, something different. Like in my mind, I was a little bit nervous about it because I feel like, again, you always see like on TV and stuff, like the alligators like jumping up at the boat and you gotta like, you know, hope you don't get eaten or something.
Indiana Jones.
But like it's super safe. Like obviously, you know, these companies don't want you to get hurt. Like
when there were so many other boats around that if something happened, we get help.
Yeah, like
also
the likelihood of like anything bad happen to you, super unlikely.
Super unlikely.
Like,
and also
very
like
unlikely.
it's gator filled water, so I mean you take that in consideration. But he said where we were 3.5 feet deep, so you can get up and walk out of it really. I mean you might want to walk quickly because of the gators and stuff, but you know you're not going to drown in most cases.
Yeah, I felt very safe. It was very like well organized. And
Do you remember our captain's name?
Lyle or something?
Lyle or Bo or something. I don't know. He was dope though.
Yeah, he was very kind of soft spoken.
Mm-hmm. And keeping it moving.
He's ready to eat.
We're back.
Don't enjoy that biscuit.
Come on.
That wind was whipping a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
This guy is probably about 8 or 9 feet long. He's about 15 years old.
He's about 15. All right.
Come on, 15.
Handsome.
Handsome boy.
Wow.
We hung out there with the gators for a little while too.
That big one that was laying up there, we could see the whole body.
Yeah. Hold on now.
He was keeping it all gingerly. Like.
Yeah, come on, let me get it.
Okay, right up. How you doing?
Right up to the bone.
Hey, sweeties.
Mm-hmm.
Let's call him Greg.
I forgot I said that.
You gotta see that got a transparent eyelid that goes sideways in his eye. You see it flipping when he comes out of the water right before he goes underwater.
I think it's a difference.
That's a big boy.
Oh, I saw her little eyelids.
Yeah, look at him.
Females
So
only
many
get about
days.
8.5 or 9 feet
They're
long.
cute. I just want to hold one.
Males.
Now I kind of understand why people get baby gators as pets now.
Their bodies and heads
He
start
seems
getting
so,
bigger.
I don't know.
These guys are just
Easy to train, and just, you know.
Okay.
Probably
he's got a
completely
wound on the left side of his
I
body.
know.
That
It's
white
so
spot.
gators got you again.
Somebody get me.
Aw.
He can heal
Somebody
from all
feed
over.
that guy.
They fight over. This is even communicate. The voice so low we can't hear it.
I forgot how many shots of the gators we got.
There you go. Look at them taking turns.
From the swamp, the bus took us back to our bus stop, and then
Lulucas gas station. Bus
yeah,
stop.
and I think we like went to go get something.
We did, but we walked back down whatever road that was and turned back on the Esplanade. Which, by the way, Esplanade, a lot of those main streets that you want to visit when you go down there end up crossing Esplanade. So like Bourbon Street, Frenchman Street.
Yeah,
It's a great area.
yeah. Highly recommend like the area that we stayed in. So just down this street, this was like probably a block away from our hotel. It says Faubourg Treme, and it's like a kind of a famous neighborhood, and like you can pause to read that. But yeah, there's like signs like this all throughout the city, and you can read about like the different historical significance behind it. So just really cool. And then so after that we got back to our hotel. I think we like changed. Oh, I know, I changed.
We stopped and got something to eat, didn't we? Or did we go back to the hotel?
We changed first because we went to that pizza place.
That's right.
Yeah. So anyway,
I don't know what you were gonna say.
I don't remember what I was
Should be getting lost in it sometimes.
Yeah.
That's all good.
So I'm just like trying to recall everything. Okay, so then after we changed, went to eat, and then just kind of like started walking around, like kind of the
French Quarter area.
outer, yeah, French Quarter, walking inward. And so I think the next few things are going to be some pictures. So again, here's a sign, you can read it, and then if you watch part 1 of our
Now, isn't this Pierre's?
We're
Yeah.
here at the Miriam.
so we talked
Jackson
about
Square.
this. That last picture was us actually going into Mariol's to look at Pierre's table, and that's how we were talking about how like we had walked in, you know, to take pictures, and we were very respectful to Pierre. We asked for his permission to be there. We thanked him for allowing us to be there. And then this, him talking, is basically you go upstairs from where that table is, and then there's like a seance room, which I think is where Pierre like unalived himself. And then you go out, there's like this hallway, and then you can go out to the balcony.
Hallway, and it takes you to the balcony.
And the balcony basically wraps around the whole thing, and it like completely overlooked like Jackson Square. You could see St. Louis Cathedral. It was beautiful. It was kind of windy. Yeah, it was kind of windy, but it was like really cool to have the opportunity to do that, because I don't think normally they let people do that.
We caught them at just the right time.
Yeah.
'Cause what happened was there was a party up there. You can book out the area for a party, and the party had like just ended.
Yeah.
And so
They're
we were
like,
able to
go
go up
ahead.
there and
Yeah.
We're here.
Yeah.
we'll
So
roll it some more.
Jackson Square. Behind me is beautiful Jackson Square. And now behind me is a beautiful restaurant called the Miriam, said to be haunted by Mr. Pierre.
I also want to say, like, it was kind of interesting that shot of you like panning down, because we were there from Tuesday through Saturday. Like, we got there midday Tuesday on a Tuesday, and then left on a midday Saturday. So I really feel like it was the perfect amount of like crowd, but there were still enough people where it didn't feel like hella off season.
Yeah.
The weather was really good.
We missed Mardi Gras.
Yeah, I missed Mardi Gras before, like, most spring breaks had ended. Not in summer break, which I knew I would have wanted to avoid anyway, just due to like the humidity and heat. So it was just like perfect.
Totally perfect. Weather was great. The amount of crowd. I mean, a lot of people were like, even my own sisters were like, you missing Essence Festival? You don't want to go during it? I'm like, nah.
Or like Carnival, Jazz Fest, like any major event, I'm just not about going.
I mean, it's just going to jack
so much
up
more crowded.
Hotel prices or wherever you're staying. Long lines and waits for stuff. I mean, we went to one restaurant and this dude was like, look, we short-handed. Don't come up ask me where your food is, okay? I'm back here working. Let me do my work.
And so I can only imagine, like, if it was way worse. But
so we just hit a U-turn and went somewhere else and got something to eat.
Yeah.
All right, so we out
in the French market on Frenchman Street, looking at some of the beautiful artwork. It's such a vibe out here. There go Mrs. Bean. There go Miss Brittles. Don't let the nickname fool you. She's not brittle by any way, shape, or form. She will bust you in the mouth. All right. But it's a total vibe out here. And you know, it was cool to get away from like Bourbon Street for a while. People was wilding out, doing a little bit too much out there. Some stuff I couldn't really record. But here, it's a total vibe. Beautiful artwork. So we just gonna come around and let y'all see some stuff. You know, and if I can't record something, then you know, the people behind the counter tell me. And we got these beautiful artworks here. This stuff is beautiful, gorgeous work. I really like that one. Take a look, y'all. Wonderful stuff.
Yeah, at some point, someone
What's your name, my man?
This guy,
man? What's your name? You don't mind? It's from a YouTube channel. You don't mind, do you? Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, man, you got some beautiful stuff here, man. For real. Hey, how much is this one right here? 95? That ain't bad. This man's got some beautiful stuff. If you ever out here at Frenchman Market on Frenchman Street, come check this man out. He's got some beautiful stuff, y'all. Some beautiful stuff. What else we got around here?
This guy was like, don't film me.
Now we're going to take in a little music, New Orleans style.
Yeah, the music was real great. We were out there getting down and stuff. We just happened to come by and catch this one right too. And there's people playing music on Bourbon Street and stuff too. So.
It's like Inception, you could see me feeling. That was a full day.
It really was.
We did the swamp tour, we walked around, we went to Frenchman. The other cool thing about where we were located and where we were staying, it was, like I said, like right near, around the corner was Frenchman Street. The other way took you towards the French Quarter, French Market.
Bourbon Street was about 4 blocks away.
Yeah, 4.
We're gonna do this anytime we have enough. This is just us, okay?
But I really think it was literally like 4 blocks
away. It was like 4 blocks away.
It was close.
Notice the fingers are bent though. All right.
Okay, and so we go to Frenchman, like we did some stuff around there, saw the art thing, and then we walked back.
You should show me a souvenir.
Oh yeah, I got a souvenir. I don't know.
It's too much light on it.
I got a
zoom in when you want to. Anyway.
Tattoo with my me and Brittany got matching tattoos. It was kind of a spur of the moment thing, but we did that. And then anyway, so once we were done down there, we're like, okay, well let's walk back. We're all kind of tired, and then we walked back, and there was like the whole energy of that street changed, but like in a good way. So we had already passed Frenchman. We're just rounding the corner to get to our hotel, and there was this like random club that was open that was closed every single time we had passed by before.
It was called the Dragon Den.
The Dragon Den. It looked hella sketch. there was people lined up outside. Across the street, there's like a median, just like,
right,
you know, dividing the two streets. People were parked up on there. There was a man with an actual setup, like with a giant pot.
Guess what he was selling?
Selling crab boil plates.
Crab and
I was
crawfish
so,
boil.
Yes, I was so mad because we had just eaten. I was like, if I had known you had been here, because you know, if someone is like selling plates off the back of their car,
yes,
that's gonna be the best food you've ever
literally
had.
like this, full-fledged restaurant, right? Hole in the wall spot, because the hole in the wall spots are always best.
Yeah.
Now someone's selling a plate out the back of the car, or like, you know,
that's like
in the parking lot,
like the best food, especially in New Orleans.
Especially.
Like, you know,
New Orleans being land of the hustlers. There are people just out there selling sodas, selling bottles of water when you walk down the street. You know, New Orleans is the land of the hustlers.
So yeah, that was like such a big regret. Like never. And then the next day he was out there again, but
he was later. Like we're like, oh man,
I'll just have to go back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, should we tell them the name of the location we stayed at?
No.
No. We'll keep that.
Y'all can do your research.
Yeah, you
based
y'all
off of the description we've given. I don't want to.
Yeah, they're not sponsoring this video or anything. They ain't giving us no money.
Yeah. So anyway, so that was a great day. The next day, actually, you hot?
Yeah, I'm thinking about that crawfish boil. It's a little, you know.
That next day, somewhere randomly throughout the day, like I think we had gone back to the hotel. We're like, well, what are we gonna do tomorrow? We had kind of just basically a fully open day, and I knew that there was this area of New Orleans that I really wanted to see. I had heard like it was just beautiful. It's called the Garden District, and so I ended up randomly, you know, going to this app that I had for other tours, and booked this garden district walking tour, and it was really informative. The tour guide was awesome.
He was cool. He reminded me of somebody. I couldn't put my finger on it.
But it was really cool. Let's just kind of
let's keep rolling. Picture of another beautiful church.
No English in you today would put a fleur-de-lis on their house, okay? That's a symbol of France. And then, of course, here in Louisiana, the Creole culture, our New Orleans saints, where it's all, you know, due to St. Louis, you know, the St. Louis the Ninth.
Dom DeLuise. That's who he remind me of.
Whoever that is.
Voice it.
Closely, you'll see that's a pumpkin on the bottom.
There's me in the floral pants looking
This is a native planting style called the Three Sisters.
I love this house.
You know, you plant three plants that work well together.
Like a
beans are going to put nitrogen in the soil. That's going to help the corn to thrive. Squash is going to give you a lot of ground cover. In this case, they're pumpkins. This was another location in the city where they painted it nice and neatly for me, so I could show you. Yeah, so see how pretty that looks? Yeah. And then morning glories naturally grow up. They don't all have a morning glory on them, but some of them do.
Beautiful homes.
Corners over here. You won't see the corner piece in the French Quarter. This is all about American bounty. So these are sugarcane stalk sunflowers. New owner actually overheard me kind of picking on her taste in pink.
That's so
pretty. There was a lot more pink than just that. And so he overheard me, and then I had a group bigger than this, and he said, y'all think that's bad? Come on inside. So he let us come inside, and he took me on like an ugly pink things tour, which I know she's not going to like. I know her favorite book. But anyway. Any major road in New Orleans, you'll see Spanish moss growing now. And then these little things behind you, these are called bottle brush trees. They're full of bees. And bees are friendly until you actually accidentally grab one.
We have those at Time Show.
If you're trying to kill them. And then behind it is actually a brand new house that I'll show you that they just built 2021. Okay, so
this garden tour is the bomb.
Make you jump.
Garden district tour.
See, this is Spanish moss trying to spread by itself. And so that, you know, that guy just built that from the ground up, okay? So that's the kind of hoops they make you jump through when you want to build in this neighborhood. You got to, like, submit a plan that they're going to, you know, for approval.
Money I do a lot.
And then she sold it to Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage had two properties in New Orleans. One was the French Quarter, the LOWRIDER Mansion, the infamous LOWRIDER Mansion. And then this one, and then in the 90s, he's very, very rich.
Nicolas Cage's house.
So I was actually a bartender in the 90s. I worked at the blacksmith shop. He used to come in there. Yeah, he used to come in there all the time. Here, owned by the New Orleans Women's Opera Guild. It was actually given to them by one of their previous members.
Oh, this house right here, the white and black, as he was saying, it's owned by the New Orleans Women's Opera Guild or something.
Something like that.
And it's rented out for a lot of different like TV, movies and stuff, including Drake's
Kiki video.
Kiki,
Do you love me?
Something, something. Na, 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 na.
Jump out, dance by the
That
car.
one. So actually, I want to watch that video again just to see if I can like visualize it.
I mean, yeah, I guess for this purpose.
Yeah.
The other thing that was cool is if you look at a lot of the porches that they have in this area, there's like a light blue paint. I don't want to say splotch, but there's two squares underneath the roof of the porch, and he said it was to ward off spirits, evil spirits, because they'd see that and think they're underwater. Apparently, ghosts can't swim, which is like weird to me, because like if you died in like a sinking ship, your ghost is now like drowning. Is that?
I don't know, but it's just again interesting to hear like the different history of New Orleans, like you know, traditions, folklore,
urban legends.
They called it like Ain't Blue or something. Like we ain't finna be haunted up in here.
Ain't Blue, yes. Yeah, so.
And like it was cute. Like this one area that we were standing in, he said, you know, as you can see, all of those have the Ain't Blue underneath their porches, and on the other side, none of those houses did. So he's like, those houses have no ghosts in them. Those houses are haunted.
That's right.
So,
that's right.
Yeah.
Let's continue.
Members to generate funds for their opera book. So Mondays they actually do tours of the house.
So the interior shots in Django Unchained were filmed in this house.
Calvin, no. Calvin Candy Dim's house. That's right.
The Mannings grew up in this house.
That's right, the Mannings house.
Yeah.
Anybody that's a lead singer on a band called 9 Inch Nails does not belong in the garden.
So this is John Goodman's house.
And that was the case here. So, and especially because he lived next to his lady.
He actually showed us a picture of John Goodman at the gate.
Yeah, like he met him on doing one of these tours.
He would have his party.
I get the vibe that like John Goodman like actually like spends time here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like coming out to get a package or something.
Yeah.
And
there was a package sitting on the door, like right behind that gate when we were on our tour, and I was like trying to read it, being all nosy. But like Sandra Bullock's house, which you know we might
coming up to around the corner
but
here not too long.
I don't think she really stayed there too much.
No, but it's, you know, there's a lot of high bushes and stuff there. So I mean, we'll see if Sandra Bullock I mean, she's not in our footage, but you know, we'll see how often she's actually there.
Parties and stuff. So John bought this just after Katrina, after his other house flooded in New Orleans. What he told me yesterday. So this is all straight from John's mouth. But nice guy, you know, when he does come out and talk. And I got a picture of him. He came out to
John Goodman's house.
And then she purchased that house. That house was actually built in the 1870s. It was a wedding gift. This guy, Henry Buckner. Anybody ever watch American Horror Story? Okay, so American Horror Story. So that's the Buckner house, the Buckner mansion.
So like, one of the cool things about New Orleans is just like the music, the vibe it just puts out there.
The energy.
And like literally we came around this corner and this band just like had a piano
in the middle of the street, like stop traffic.
Getting down.
Yeah, it was so good. People were dancing and like I just love that free spirit energy that you get in New Orleans. Like there's really nothing like it that I've experienced.
I was thinking like, oh, the cops are gonna come and bust us up. Cops roll by, hey, how y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? Enjoy music.
Yeah, the cops like they know how it is down there, and they know like that's what people come there to see, and the people that are local, that's just a part of their everyday life. It's part of the culture. So like, why try to stop it?
That's right. That cop sitting
Are they
there
really
smoking a
hurting
cigar.
anyone? No.
So traffic's gonna stink for a few
They're
minutes.
gonna play music. It's already gonna be crowded down there already. It's already the French
They're
Quarter.
used to it, so let's just, you know, let people get their tourism on. All right, let's keep rolling. Let's listen to this music they was doing.
Okay.
this the same dude we saw them filming that Popeyes commercial? No, that was during
She lost the shoe.
New Orleans is probably one place.
NOLA, baby.
NOLA's one place I probably wouldn't want to be barefoot on the street.
You got traffic pissed off and get your dance on.
Singing for I want to go back already.
I got friends.
Delta Band. Oh my god, this is so cool too.
Let's pause. So, we're standing on a corner, minding our own business. They just came out of a store or something. And all of a sudden we see a police escort. And there's a whole parade.
At first we thought it was a funeral.
Mm-hmm.
Because we were kind of behind St. Louis Cathedral.
Mm-hmm. Thought it was a funeral. But nah, it wasn't. What was it, baby? Tell them.
I don't really know the term of it, but it's like, what is it called?
Well, it was a parade of people, but they actually had just gotten married.
Yeah, but what's the term of it?
I don't know,
It
Litter.
might be called like a second march or something.
I guess.
I don't know. Do you know? No. Yeah, anyway, so you've seen
Camera
it.
lady mom doesn't know either.
You've seen it in like TV, movies, whatever, you know, they have like the umbrellas and everyone's like having a party. Yeah, and like, it was like the most quintessential like New Orleans thing. Like I was so happy to be able to like witness it. It was so cool. And I was like, I wish we had done this. I want wine. But no, that doesn't make any sense. But it just seems so fun, and like everyone in the bridal party is like behind the couple. You'll see.
By the way, name this song in the comments. Tell us what you think it is. I guess I gave it away.
I guess that's how they do weddings in NOLA. That was dope, though.
Oh, I wish we did that.
Right?
Right.
Hey, Brittles, give me an idea for when you tie the knot.
No. So
I guess that was it. We ended on that note. We had a great time out there, and truthfully, I guess we'll give them a little overview, right?
Okay.
If you've never been to New Orleans,
gotta do it.
do it.
Do it.
It is a beautiful place full of lots of history. Stories. You'll get your money's worth out there.
Yeah, I really feel like go into it with an open mind and don't have like a lot of preconceived ideas of what you think it might be, because it will both exceed your expectations but not at the same time.
Right.
And it's hard to explain, but like you just have to do it. It's interesting to see a part of the country have such a rich like culture that is so unique to itself, and I feel like that's the part that like people need to experience. Like, don't go, like, if you like us from California, don't go over there expecting like, oh well, this is weird because I've never seen that, or people act different there. It's like, yes, of course they do. Or I don't know, like there's just,
and it's not like beads and boobies all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you can kind of make it what you want to. Like, of course, if you're into beads and boobies, like, go when there's going to be beads and boobies, but, like, or don't, right?
I mean, yeah.
But, like, for us, for me, I knew I really wanted to experience, like, the paranormal. Not literally experience that. I don't really want to see ghosts because I'd be scared.
Yeah,
but, like,
that at home.
I just wanted to, you know, get an idea of the whole, like, paranormal side of it, see the historical side of it, the history, well, I guess I just said that, the history, the architecture, and so all of those things that we wanted to do, we did.
We did. We definitely got our heat on.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
For me, it awakened the side of me that realized maybe I do like history, because getting to see it on a tour and hear it, you know, from different people's perspective, well, it was better than being in any classroom.
And that's, yeah, that's so true.
To me, what I got out of it was New Orleans history is so rich and so deep and such the example of the cultural mixing pot that is the United States. It almost seemed richer than the United States history itself, if that makes more sense. Like, like it seemed richer, deeper, dang sure more entertaining to find out about.
And the food.
The food, the cuisine, the culture. Mm-hmm. It's a very cultured place, and you know, it's almost a shame that, I mean, it being one of like the biggest ports in the U.S. with all the stuff that comes into it, it's almost kind of sad that they didn't put more into trying to bring it back to where it was before Katrina.
Yeah. But anyway.
So that was our trip to NOLA.
I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. If you have any questions about, like, you know, hey, I want to go to New Orleans, like, what do you guys recommend, or da-da-da-da-da, like, we're not experts, but, like, we would definitely love to give you guys any of our opinions or input, and, like, definitely let us know, like, what you think we should do for our next trip. Like, you know, it might have to be a little while.
See what we can work out.
Yeah, but, you know, we always are trying to travel and have new experiences, so.
Leave it in the comments. Mm-hmm. Don't forget to like.
Subscribe.
If you're not already.
Watch a video, tell all your friends.
Share us.
Yes. And
remember, life is good,
but it's better when it's
Muy Bean. See y'all later.
Bye.